This is the Golden Spike Tower, located in North Platte, Nebraska at Union Pacific's Bailey Yard. The tower was probably built in 1995 after Bailey Yard was recognized as the world's biggest railroad yard. On display in the parking lot is dining car number 4613, the Golden Spike. I don't know much about this car, but it was probably rebuilt in the 1930s to fit into the Streamliner trains, and was placed here about 2010. On the windows, you can see pictures of the interior of a dining car. The car is placed on both wooden and concrete ties. I kinda like that, since you can see the difference between the two easily. They did place stairs leading up to the end door on this car. And this car is used for storage, like a basement. This train bulletin inside the gift shop was pretty cool. They also had this G-scale passenger train on the ceiling. It's probably 10 cars long. But it cost 50 cents to run, so I didn't run it. There's also this map here. There's also some information about some key Union Pacific employees around North Platte. There are also some artifacts from the Union Pacific around North Platte, including this November 1968 newsletter about the opening of North Platte Yard. There was also this small crossing thing, and the thing on the box said Appleton Unilet, so it means it was probably scratch built by someone. There was also this sign of some engine engravings, all of which are Penzi engines, a 10-wheeler, a 12-wheeler, and a single. There's also this jar of mini pullback trains. They had a Southern 462, a 440, a GNR single, and the Mallard. They didn't have the Aero train or the Yellow Diesel, which are based on Union Pacific locomotives. They also had some of these pullback engines. I actually owned that New York Central one. I haven't seen these die-cast little engines before, but I have seen those little brick-built ones. I still haven't gotten any yet. They sell them like at every railway museum gift shop. This was something neat I haven't seen before. It's a baseball with some trains on it. There was a Santa Fe Warp on it pulling like an Australian passenger car. On the other side of the ball was a BR Standard 2MT locomotive being pushed by an 08 shunter diesel locomotive. This was one I really should have gotten. A really neat picture of Union Pacific number 3, a tank locomotive. I also like this sign too. There are also these little train beads in different colors I haven't seen before. I think this was the only piece of merchandise that actually had the Golden Spike Tower logo on it. They also had a proposal for like a new tower, which looks like a golden spike. Here's a map of the tower on the main 7th floor lookout point. It is 8 miles long and has 315 miles of track work. This area here is what you mainly see from the Golden Spike Tower. As I was driving to the tower, I managed to see a hopper car going down the hump. I also saw quite a lot of HLCX GP40 locomotives. 3847 and 3852 are both ex-Louisville and Nashville GP38-2s. 2695 is an ex-Seaboard Coastline GP40, and 2154 is an ex-Rock Island GP38-2.
We do.
Hey, all the fun.
We rode one time.
Did you?
Out in Topeka.
Yeah.
There's some little train place out there.
Okay.
It's like a
Yeah.
ride-on train place.
Yep, you can have fun with those. Those are pretty cool. Those are the pump kind. You gotta go up and down.
2146 is an ex-Rock Island GP38-2 and was once owned by the Union Pacific at one time. 7016 is an AC6000 CW and still has its "We Will Deliver" lettering, which is quite rare. All these four locomotives are also AC6000 CWs and were stored at North Platte throughout the entire summer of 2016.
So if you're not putting on as many miles on it, theoretically it's gonna last well into 5 years before, and about every 5 years you overhaul a locomotive. That means you take it in, you pull everything apart, and you put rebuild stuff into it, and it comes out like brand new. Correct.
Stripped down.
New engine, everything. Then you take the old engine, and you strip that apart, and you anniversary or something of Winter Parks. Or something like that, so they're very seriously talking about bringing that train back again, but that's only the winter. So.
That definitely moved.
3837 and 3848 are both GP38-2s. 3848 was built for Louisville and Nashville, and 3837 was built for Conrail. Amongst a lot of AC44 CWs and SD70Ms, there's an ex-Chicago Northwestern engine to the far left. You can tell by the placement of the number boards. HLCX 3833 is an ex-Conrail GP38-2, while UPY 558 is an ex-Mopac GP15. HLCX 1805 is an ex-Mopac GP38-2, while GMTX 2154 is an ex-Rock Island GP38-2. Daily Yard can service locomotives in 45 minutes. But heavier diesel repairs are done down south. At the bottom of the photo, you can see a rail-mounted crane. There's also another pair of concrete tie-flat cars here. I really like those light blue hoppers. They're those same diesels we saw moving earlier. And a pair of AC44 CWs, one of which is also an ex-CNNW. At the locomotive facility, there's a lone SW locomotive pushing a tanker. I have no idea why this ES44AC was sent by itself. I bet it's the DPU for an eastbound train that's being assembled. Over there is the locomotive facility for the westbound locomotives, which aren't taking off their trains. There's also this little blue hand car for guests to ride on, but they didn't have it open for insurance reasons.
You may buy it for dirt cheap, but trying to move it.
Behind two SD70Ms was an XSP AC44 CW. I can't read the number, but it's the last time I saw an ex-Southern Pacific locomotive in person. When I took this picture, there are about 100 Southern Pacific AC-44 CWs still in gray, but now there are only 6. I remember seeing a lot of ex-Southern Pacific engines on the Fort Scott sub. In some cases there were even 2 on one train, but they were never the lead locomotive. I also took pictures of the displays inside the main tower level. This one is a diagram of the track. There's also this case displaying various locomotives and rolling stock in HO scale of the Union Pacific Railroad. This is probably what the Golden Spike dining car is. Though they show models of Jupiter and 119, they're both retired before 1910. This isn't exactly a 1868 one, it's just a standard Bachmann one, I think. The real 1243 survives in Omaha, and that engine looks too new to be 1243. This is the first time I've seen a model of a Union Pacific McKean car in yellow and gray. Is it prototypical? I saw a sister engine 4455 at the Colorado Railroad Museum on the same trip. This model is of a Y6, which the Union Pacific never had, but the Union Pacific did have Y3 class locomotives, which were similar earlier design to this. I included an article in the description about Union Pacific's buses. Here's another different display of some Union Pacific items. There was this model of the workshops here at North Platte. Aside from the Southern Pacific and Chicago Northwestern engine, there are 5 non-Union Pacific locomotives here.
How old is the tower?
This tower here, it's 2008.
So I was wrong about the date the tower was built. I thought it was from the 90s. And here are some pictures of the signs on the side of the room. Here's a timeline of North Platte's railroad history. Just west of North Platte, there's a diversion of the tracks. One goes south to Denver, and one goes up to Wyoming. Before North Platte was home of the largest yard, it was home of the largest roundhouse. Missouri Pacific wasn't a full part of the Union Pacific until 1997. They also did the same thing with the Western Pacific locomotives. There's also this neat table of a bunch of different old pictures of North Platte. There's also this graphic done in 2014 about how big Big Boy is. I don't know how old this map is, but it looks pre-1996. There's also this board about the Mercy train. The cars shown are from North Carolina, Maine, and Utah. The Nebraska Mercy train car was destroyed in 1961. I couldn't find any pictures of the Nebraska boxcar. You can find out more of the Mercy train boxcars in the first video of my Railcation 2016 series. There's also a booklet of some old Union Pacific pictures and maps. I'll show you a few pages. I haven't seen too many pictures of Union Pacific's 462s, so it's nice that this one was here. And this was the original FEF-1. I think 844 should run without its deflectors. These next few pictures were on an informational touchscreen. There are 3 ex-Southern Pacific locomotives in this picture, and even a Chicago Northwestern livery one. This facility is what's mainly seen from the tower. Now this is a neat little visual of how efficient North Platte Yard is. Someone there said that Union Pacific's main diesel shops are located down like in Arkansas or Louisiana. And then there's this neat painting here. As I left the tower, I saw this Southern Pacific boxcar. And those 3 locomotives that I saw earlier, they now have a mixed freight train. This is a shot going over the bridge just east of the yard. And if you look closely, you can see a white Jeep locomotive. It's actually MCA number 7515, a GP10. It was originally built as a Pennsylvania Railroad GP9 and was acquired in 1999 from Conrail. I did visit Cody Park and Memorial Park, but that will be featured in another video.